Hello everyone, Justin from Out of the Basement here. Today I'm going to be bringing you another one of my Black Series action figure updates. This one is admittedly going to be a little small compared to the rest, but it's just because we have so much stuff coming out soon. I didn't want the next episode after this to be over bloated, so this is going to be a little bit of a shorter one. There hasn't been a lot of stuff coming out recently, but we've just got a lot of things pretty late. Some things that officially came out in December, we're just starting to regularly see them in stores in March. So it is what it is. For those of you who have not seen one of these before, it's basically just videos where I show off my recent pickups in chronological order of how I purchased them from last episode to this episode. So let's just jump right into it. My first pickup is number 6 from the Mandalorian subline, and that is of course Greef Karga. I am pretty satisfied and happy to have a Greef Karga figure in my Black Series collection. It admittedly has a few flaws. I personally did a review of this guy when it first came out, and I had said in that review that the skin tone, at least in my opinion, was a little too light to match the accuracy of Carl Weathers. I thought the skin tone was a bit too light. A lot of people in the comments agreed with me. Let me know what you guys think if you didn't comment on that video. Other than that, the figure has a pretty nice variety of paint. I really like the outfit and everything. He has butterfly joints. The details are pretty great. There's some nice buckle details on the outfit. Still think he looks pretty good. He has a pretty good shelf presence, you know, in your Mandalorian section on the shelf. So ultimately, I am pretty happy to have it. Up next is number 7 from the Mandalorian subline. I found these at the same time, and that would be Kuiil. These were both Target pickups. Target seems to be the only store in our area who regularly gets this Greef Karga Kuiil Moff Gideon wave, although every time I found these guys in a store, Moff Gideon was always missing at the time. So Kuiil, on the other hand, you know, Hasbro kills it with alien sculpts. I think, you know, this is the first Ugnaught in the Black Series, and I think that the face looks really, really good. You know, Hasbro usually knocks it out of the park with alien head sculpts, but the paint, even though there is a nice variety of paint, pretty different colors, you get a nice variety of color, there's a nice variety of different shades and colors. However, the paint just looks a little dull on this guy. I think this figure would have really benefited from a black wash over the paint, and it would just make those details really pop. I think this figure just looks bland, dull, perhaps a little boring. He can't hold the blaster with both of his hands correctly, and I mean, it's cool that the hat piece comes off. I do wish the goggles came down so you can recreate that scene where he's working on IG-11. So that's also a hair disappointing. And again, I just think this figure would have benefited from a wash just to make that paint and those details really pop. Overall, definitely more satisfied with Greef Karga. However, it still looks like Kuiil, so I'm happy to have Kuiil in the Black Series. Rest in peace, gone too soon. Then we have a Big Bad Toy Store pickup. This is number 2 from Attack of the Clones, and that would be the original Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Of course, number 1 from Attack of the Clones was that blue lieutenant from Walgreens exclusive, but this one is on the new clone body. We are pretty big fans of the new clone body, and I know people have been freaking out about the black line on top of the clone helmets. Well, rest assured, the black line is there. This is an accurate representation of how the helmet looked in Attack of the Clones, so the black line is there. It looks super crisp. I also have the original orange line, plain white Phase 1 Clone Trooper, but that one has yellowed over time, so it is nice to get a nice upgrade that just has that fresh coat of nice white paint, as well as the new clone body. They can finally utilize their elbows and aim down the sights of their blasters. And yeah, he just has a great shelf presence. I love the posability of the new trooper bodies, both the new stormtrooper body and the new clone body. The knee pad is an issue. I wish the knee pad would go with the knee, and we have a theory that they might be fixing that, and maybe that's why the Elite Trooper from the Bad Batch has the old clone legs, but the new clone body, maybe they're trying to finagle something together with that. But of course, this is the pinless look. I really enjoy not having the pins on the side of the legs. You can't really see the joint, so that's awesome. And overall, this is a great pickup. I just think he looks super crisp, clean trooper. And finally, my last pickup, I finally got lucky in one of the targets super recently. Nate and I both got one, and that is, of course, Moff Gideon from the Mandalorian. And right now, you might notice I just have his blaster pistol in his hand, because you know I had to give that Darksaber to Sabine Wren. I think Sabine, the Black Series figure, looks great with the Darksaber from Moff Gideon. So yes, he does still come with the Darksaber, but I pretty much instantly gave it to a different character in the Black Series. That's a great thing about getting the Darksaber finally in the Black Series. So that is one of the best things this figure's release did for us, is get the Darksaber in the Black Series. I know some people are going to be hating on this hunk of plastic for the cape, but the inside does admittedly look pretty good. I just like that shade. And of course, it's just a peg, and it's just the one, lonely peg. So I have heard of some people complaining that it easily falls off. I haven't really had anything like, I guess if you, there it goes. But simply regularly posing this, I don't really have any problem with the cape. Of course, some people I'm sure would prefer a soft goods cape. I don't know. I'm fine with it. I mean, it's Moff Gideon. He's just basically going to stand there looking cool, unless like the Mandalorian gets his spear sometime. Maybe they do that as an accessory. The blaster pistol, I do not know if we've seen this blaster pistol anywhere else in the Black Series. Unfortunately, it's just gray plastic. It's unpainted. But the Moff himself, we got copies of this figure that don't really have the gloss like I have seen. So that is a big plus. Maybe you guys can see it. It doesn't look that glossy. Of course, Giancarlo Esposito, I don't know if it necessarily looks exactly like him. I think he might just have one of those faces that's really hard to replicate in action figure form, kind of similar to Mark Hamill. But at the same time, I can tell it's Moff Gideon, and it's still a photoreal application. And luckily for us, this one doesn't really look glossy. It doesn't really look shiny to me. And of course, the Imperial armor, his Moff armor is awesome. There's a lot of great shades of white and light gray and black and red. So ultimately, I am really sort of satisfied with the Moff as well. I mean, I know a lot of people are not really going to be satisfied with this guy, but I personally am, just for him to be a part of the Mandalorian shelf and just look cool. He comes with the Darksaber. You can give that to plenty of other characters in the Black Series and have that work. Comes with his blaster pistol. Comes with the removable cape. And of course, the photoreal application. He also has weapon storage. For what he is, I'm satisfied with Moff Gideon. And that is it. That is it for this Black Series update. Those are my 4 picks that I've got recently from the previous episode to this episode. Upcoming, pretty much the next Black Series that we are guaranteed to get is the Bo-Katan and Ventress Wave. That also has Hunter and Crosshair and the Elite Trooper. I pre-ordered the case from Big Bad Toy Store. It says April. Big Bad, April, please send it to me in the month of April. But yeah, hopefully we do get that pretty soon. I know the Best Buy stuff comes out in April as well, with the Qui-Gon Jinn with the photoreal. So also, of course, the GTP Toys Tantive 4 diorama is supposed to ship March 2021. That's what it says on their website. So hopefully we get that sometime this month, obviously. And that's going to be super dope. Can't wait to get that. But yeah, there's just a lot of Black Series coming out. So I wanted to get these smaller ones out of the way just so the next episode isn't clogged with just a bunch of figures and make for a super long video. Of course, let me know what you guys have been picking up in the comments down below with your recent Black Series pickup. If you are new to the channel, we do mainly talk about Star Wars The Black Series news, rumors, lists, announcements, small topic videos, but we also do some other action figure stuff as well. So don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and of course join our Discord. Link will be in the description below. Live streams every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Time here in the United States. I've been Justin from Out of the Basement, and we will see you guys in the next video.